With rising food costs, families are feeling the squeeze as same thing for food pantries, trying to make sure people are fed. A nonprofit organization in Brooklyn, which has been relying on a city pandemic program, has seen some drastic cuts. CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis has the story.
Tuna, tomato sauce.
At Masbia Soup Kitchen's Borough Park Food Pantry is a line of people who need the help with rising costs.
It's sad, but not much we can do.
This is one of 3 locations which peak pandemic collectively served 1,500 families a day.
During the pandemic, we saw a 500% increase in demand.
Executive Director Alexander Rappaport says the city's Pandemic Food Reserve Emergency Distribution Program, known as PFRED, has been an enormous help since established in 2020.
On an average day, we would get 3 truckloads of fresh produce at each of our 3 locations.
The temporary program is set through June, but Rappaport says on February 28th, trucks stopped showing up, leaving the kosher pantry scrambling ahead of Passover.
Without this, we are facing an enormous food gap, and it's happening to us right in a time where we have historically the greatest need.
He says now shipments are trickling in, but 90% less than it was before.
What you see here, this was a fraction of what we had every day.
We're told deliveries were temporarily impacted by an unanticipated spike in demand and increase in food costs. The Department of Social Services, which runs the program, says another $10 million is being dedicated to PFRED this fiscal year in order to increase deliveries through June.
Masbia recently opened this warehouse to have its own reserve of food to help keep up with the demand.
Helping fill it with food from a state program, Nourish New York. This pandemic effort allows food banks like City Harvest to access food from local farmers to supply pantries.
It's been a huge help, especially as the cost of protein is going up. It's really important that that effort continues because hunger isn't going anywhere.
While the state program is here to stay, this city one has a shelf life.
This is the biggest challenge we've ever faced.
Which is why Rappaport is making a plea for people to pitch in so he can continue to help feed families. Jenna DeAngelis, CBS 2 News.
And we have ways you can help this food pantry with the upcoming demand for Passover Seder food. Check out our website, CBSNewYork.com. The city's Department of Social Services says it's working to connect food pantries to other food programs so they can continue to serve their communities after the program ends in June.